some NFL to get to before we get out of here. And obviously, the quarterback carousel is spinning in the NFL right now. You got names on it like Derek Carr. You got names on it like Aaron Rodgers. I guess Lawrence. We're just talking about our guy Lawrence Jackson, but our boy Lamar Jackson. Obviously, probably the big prize out there. Don't know how that situation is going to play out with him in Baltimore, but let's just chop it up and break it down right now. Let's start with Lamar Jackson, who I think is headed towards a franchise tag season with the Baltimore Ravens. If he plays under that franchise tag, that's one thing. So then what's going to happen? So then they're going to have to trade him.
They got to trade him. I feel like this is one of those scenarios where the money's talking right now. Lamar's not going to play without more guaranteed money. The Ravens don't want to give it to him because he hasn't been able to stay on the field. I get it. You got to protect the investment if you're Lamar Jackson, and you got a 5-year deal. You saw your colleague, Deshaun Watson, go get all of his money guaranteed.
That Deshaun Watson deal is going to be a major black eye in the quarterback negotiations moving forward.
It has to, but you have to acknowledge it now. And, he's not going to get that much guaranteed, but we also look at deals like the Chiefs gave Pat Mahomes, 10-year deal, $450 million. It's like these $45, $50 million deals. And with a player like Lamar, who's going to leave it all on the line, if you want him to play injured and you really believe in him, you have to give him more guaranteed money. You have to. He's deserved it. He's a top 5 quarterback in the league right now. So if you don't give him that money, somebody else will. Somebody else is going to pay him. I think it's going to happen, and it won't be in Baltimore.
This idea that Lamar has deserved it is foolish. We're still playing for potential. You understand that, right? No. We still are you're paying Lamar Jackson because of his potential, what you saw him doing that MVP season.
He has an MVP.
He has 2 years where he couldn't help his team down the stretch because he was hurt. Your best ability is your availability. His offense last season was scoring 13 points a game. We're pretty far removed from that MVP season.
He had no help. You're talking about 13 points a game when he had no receivers.
Every time the quarterback can't live up to his expectations, they ain't got no help. Every time the quarterback can't live up, he had help when they was running the football. Who was his help?
Running the football, exactly. What's a quarterback's job? Quarterback's job is to win games. It's something Lamar Jackson does very well. He wins games. And yes, he has an
that
MVP
offense is not that good. That offense is not been good in the past couple of years.
That's why you ship out a guy like Greg Roman. You get him the hell out of here. You get him out of here so you can get a better offense in there. You go sign a receiver instead of trading away Hollywood Brown. You don't trade away your assets. You enhance your team. So to me, he has no
shot at signing Lamar to a long-term deal if Hollywood Brown was getting his money too. You know that.
The lowest money in an offense in the league is Lamar Jackson. The lowest offense, the lowest number contract-wise tied to an offense happens to be with Lamar Jackson right now in the Baltimore Ravens.
That's what happens on a rookie deal. You ain't win no championship.
Get him some weapons.
Pat Mahomes won a championship on his rookie deal.
Mahomes had weapons.
Jalen Hurts went to a championship in his rookie deal. You know what I'm saying? So Lamar is the weapon. You telling me he deserves $250 billion guaranteed? You telling me that he's the weapon? You telling me he's Pat Mahomes?
You telling me, look, Jalen Hurts is going to get a massive deal. He's going to get the guaranteed whatever he wants out of that Eagles team. And guess why? Because they went and they traded. They traded for A.J. Brown. They got him the weapon. Lamar, they got to get him a weapon. Otherwise, if I was Lamar, I'd be like, why am I going to sign with a team that don't want to put weapons around me? It's going to make me look bad in my career. So to me, man, you can't win an MVP without talent around you, and just his legs alone aren't going to do it anymore. Get him a receiver, somebody that can make plays. They should have been the ones out there trading for A.J. Brown. There's a guy out there in Arizona right now that could really help this team that's on the trade block. I say they go get DeAndre Hopkins.
You've seen old wide receiver after old wide receiver come in. The last time Baltimore had a good wide receiver was Steve Smith. It's not a position that develops well in their offense. Well, at least the offense they did have this year. If they do have Lamar Jackson or have a new offensive scheme, and Hopkins could be a good fit. I would agree they do need some weapons, but let's not act like if we're going to give Lamar Jackson all of this money, then Lamar Jackson is the weapon. Did Patrick Mahomes have weapons this past season? Or was it Corvette, Smith-Schuster, and the beat-up dude from the Giants? And
we forgot about Travis Kelce, right? We forgot about Travis Kelce and Andy Reid being the enemy.
Mark Andrews might be the second best tight end in the NFL.
I don't know about that. He might be for fantasy purposes, but we talking about real football. I don't know if he is. He got paid like the best tight end in football, which is a whole different conversation. You got Rashad Bateman there too. If he can get back healthy, I think that there's
another failed Baltimore wide receiver, Rashad Bateman.
He's
going to be just like Perriman and the rest of them. Torrey Smith, Torrey Smith had a decent career, but all the rest of those Baltimore wide receivers in the offense that Harbaugh was running in the past with Roman, those receivers stunk.
Get him weapons, get him a new offensive coordinator. I think we see a whole different Lamar Jackson. Get a man his bag too.
Yeah, I think Lamar shouldn't get his money, but I'm not going to act like, you know what I mean? Like there's not.
Where you got Lamar ranked? You got Lamar ranked as a top 5 quarterback?
Lamar Jackson's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL.
I think so too. It's tough because a lot of people don't put him up there, but to me, he's right in that Josh Allen, Joe Burrow conversation. I don't think you can put him outside of that.
I would not put Aaron Rodgers as a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and I would not trade for Aaron Rodgers and give him $50 million. You ask me which quarterback I want in Green Bay, I want Jordan Love. You can have Aaron Rodgers, but he is going to, because of his history, because of his cachet, he is probably going to command a big trade and a big payday, likely from the New York Jets. I don't want no parts of Aaron Rodgers. I don't want no quarterback that make that kind of money if it's not Patrick Mahomes.
And he's old too. I just don't see the allure with Aaron Rodgers. You know, I was on a different show a couple weeks ago. We were talking about Aaron Rodgers and all the arm talent. I think Aaron Rodgers gets too much of a pass from his past. I think we're all looking at, hey, these MVPs and the arm talent. It doesn't equate to Super Bowls. It doesn't equate to winning a championship. It don't equate to 5,000-yard seasons. What does it really equate to with Aaron Rodgers outside of a lot of drama on your team?
NFC Championship game losses and crying.
That's it. Oh, it's not our fault. We were the better team, but we lost. Like, I don't see the allure with Aaron Rodgers. And yeah, he has a great arm, but it doesn't mean that he has a great capability of winning football games. To me, that's how I equate great quarterback play. And yes, he had the team back in 2010. We're a long way removed from that. I done had kids since then. Life's done changed. We done had a pandemic since then. Aaron Rodgers, to me, is not a top 10 quarterback right now.
Last time Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl, my daughter couldn't walk. Now she's 13 years old.
Last time, 2010, LeBron James was still on the Cavs the first time. Now he's the all-time leading scorer and played for 3 different teams since then.
Listen, Arch Rivals is the program. Corey Parson, the fantasy executive. My man, Justin Hendry, coming at you each and every weekday, weekday, whatever the case may be. Just know we coming.
We coming, baby, and we're going to have these debates for y'all. Make sure you guys join in the conversation, too. Like, we might not be live sometimes, but there's going to be other times where we are. Hop in, join the conversation. If you got a topic you want Corey and I to discuss, we go rounds, man. So drop it in the comments. Let us know.